A wonderful people of Logres, the land of goddesses and magical swords. We need to talk. Out of all the mobile gaming communities in the existing market, Logres is one of the friendliest, most beginner welcoming, close-knit groups I've ever seen. And yet y'all can still get your crap together! I'm not trying to say anyone on the app is doing anything horribly wrong. It's just the simple but bad things people do on the app that make simple missions take way longer than they need to be, or in some cases cause an unnecessary failure.
We'll get them next time.
Now, before I start tearing into this and giving myself more anxiety than a teenage emo girl at a prep school, I gotta make a quick disclaimer and sell out real quick. I love Logres. If I didn't, I wouldn't be making a video about this. Like I said before, it has one of the best communities I've ever seen in mobile gaming. I made a lot of new friends through both the game itself and the community, especially on the Logres Discord server. If you're playing on Logres or you're not on the Discord server, you're doing it wrong. People there are absolutely hilarious and amazing. They give such great advice to both new players and advanced players. They also answer a bunch of questions too. It's awesome. And if you're interested, there's a bunch of clans recruiting on there too. I know I wouldn't be where I am today without them in Logres. So if you're not a part of that server and you want to be, I'll leave a link down in the description. It's really easy to join. Also, this video is for both professionals and beginners, so I'll be explaining a lot of things and I'll try my best to show off as much examples as I can as well. That all that heartfelt emo crap is out of the way, time y'all savages learn some etiquette. Logres Etiquette. I'll be going over 3 main points in this video. Numero uno, soloing incarnates at the elemental trials. Some of you may already know where I'm going with this. Tell me, why do people go into elemental trials? Is to earn as much necessary gear, evolution materials, and crystals someone may need within the 60 minutes they are provided for the trial. In case you don't know, in order to get the reward, you have to work together with a team to kill an incarnate, which is surrounded by gold mites. So the incarnate has 50 million health and the gold mites have 70,000 health. Incarnates are rare and they are extremely outnumbered by gold mites, so people in game will type the letter R whenever they find one, which stands for rare monster, so that other people can find them, defeat them with them, and you all get rewards from it. It's pretty genuine and fun. New people, please try to remember that R stands for rare monster, because people will try to troll you and tell you different. Examples. So, yeah, all the pros are probably going to be mad at me for telling you guys that. But like I said before, it's genuinely a nice thing to do because it saves a bunch of people time instead of them, just running around trying to find a rare monster. So yeah, other people can join and get the rewards too, it all becomes super easy. However, there are stronger people out there who wish to solo the incarnate, so they won't say R as soon as they find it. They'll try to hold it and keep it secret to themselves. Now let me tell you, there is nothing wrong with that, okay? It's only a problem when they're doing that in the huge area everyone else is trying to find incarnates and they expect to be able to take on incarnate themselves surrounded by a bunch of people and they don't want them to join. It's weird. It really starts to waste people's time who are just trying to grind and get as much as they can in 60 minutes. It gets annoying when I'm trying to find it hard to find an incarnate and I finally find one, only to find that there's another guy there trying to solo it in the middle of a big crowd. So I usually end up saying R to get everyone else in it so they can get rewards. You might think that's a bit of a jerk move, but the Logres devs have already thought of this, so the only reason why I do that is because there's one area, a popular area, where everyone's trying to grind and get the incarnate. However, there's also another area with less gold mites, but every 5 or 6 gold mites, there's one incarnate among them. So it's very, very easy to solo someone up there and you won't end up bothering anyone or wasting anyone's time. So it's really nice. I'll put an example down here. It's a simple solution that's been there for a while, but for some reason not a lot of people seem to know about that. Or if they do, they just for some reason decide to ignore it. So please, whatever playstyle you're going to choose, play to your corresponding area to make it easier for everyone, please. Please. Numero dos, escaping way too late. Now the escape button is really useful, especially when you're trying to run away from your ex. However, lately there's been quite a problem with it in Logres. It's being abused. Harder than I was in middle school. Oh, I'm kidding folks, it was a joke, don't report me. This abuse tends to happen to a lot of special events, but happens most at elemental trials. Again, typically what happens is 2 more people go into a fight trying to find a rare enemy, but they only find normal enemies. Please note that both players can easily one-shot these enemies. However, just as one of them kills both of them, the other player tries to escape. He uses the escape button. Because of this, both players are now forced to sit there for about an extra 5 to 15 seconds because the game is still trying to process that one of them escaped as the enemies died. In grinding, those 5 to 15 seconds could be absolutely crucial. It can be life or death sometimes. I'm serious. This is just a simple thing that happens, but it happens so often, and I've seen so many players miss good rare monsters because of this. Mostly because while they're still trapped, someone could be signaling a rare monster, but they'll never know because they're still trapped in the room. This can be easily avoided if you just take the time and kill the monster. You will get out quicker. I promise you that. As long as nobody escapes. And this only applies to people who can one-shot like 70,000 health monsters. If you're not at that point yet, don't worry, you will be. The law will help you. I mean, the law is cruel, but it's not that cruel. You'll get something good. But seriously, don't be lazy. Just kill the enemy. Numero 3! Wait, that's 6. AFK leeches. Oh, gonna have fun with this one. AFK leeches are the type of players that throw their character right smack down middle into a boss raid or just a boss event and leave the character there for about 15 minutes while you and a bunch of other people grind your butt off and they basically leech off of your rewards. Since they're doing basic attacks and don't really contribute at all, even though you know they're way stronger than that. Now initially I don't have a problem with this because sometimes people want to play the game but just don't have the time, so they sit there and hope for the best, you know? It's not too much of a problem. It only becomes a problem when 5, 10, 11 players get the same idea and put them all in the same spot. That's when it gets bad. Matches will start to become literally impossible if enough of these players start showing up. Unless you got some top tier weapons, you won't be able to grind or beat the bosses with these players constantly leeching off of you if there's really that many on you. I've seen it before, it's pretty nasty.
The horror. The horror.
Please guys, you download the game. Play the game. Whew! That's everything off my chest. If you want more Logres videos like this, make sure you like and subscribe. And I'm gonna sign off right now. I'll see you guys out there in the grinding fields.
Welcome to the
grinding
fields, motherfucker.